today explain about the computer hardware input output devices. This is useful for your preparation of IBPS examination and any competition exams. Hardware means touch and feel the products. Touch and feel means hardware components is this is the hardware components, the physical parts of the components that you can actually touch, that is monitor, camera, scanner, microphone, keyboard, mouse, totally computer. These are the output devices, means hardware devices. Next coming into input devices. Input devices means these are the input devices which product can be keyboard, mouse. Examples for the devices is microphone, keyboard, mouse and scanner, webcam and a light pen. These are the input devices. These output devices. Output devices are the CRT monitor, TFT monitor and laser printers, inkjet printers and dot matrix printers. Different types of printers is there, and speakers, plotters and manipulator projectors. These are the output devices of a computer. Next coming into questions posted to in our examination situations. That is the starts with the widely used input devices is the keyboard. That is the mostly used. What we write in this system, we have to use the keyboard. So, that is why we are choosing here keyboard. Mouse is also there, but mouse it is not work to type the any matter. So, that is why we are choosing keyboard. Next coming into marker on computer screen used to show current position or for entering data is called a cursor. Particular situation it is find out on that situation we have to use the cursor mark. Cursor mark means here you have to see this like this is the cursor. So, that is cursor. Next teletypewriting terminal is example of. What is the teletypewriting? Example of output or input? Sometimes you have to confused. So, that time it is the input or output device also we have to call it. This is the one of the important question in input output devices are commonly used for combination of input output devices is teletypewriter. Next this is the teletypewriter. Next devices that accept data from outside computer and transfer into CPU are called, that is the input device. Input device means it is internally stored the data. Internal stored the data means CPU has divided in 3 types, right. So, on that situation we have to call it as a input device. Next central processing unit. CPU consists of control unit, arithmetic and logical unit and main storage. These all stored in a CPU. So, that is the all of above is the answer here. Next coming into the CPU structure. This is the CPU structure. CPU structure it is the CD-ROM drive and disk drive, reset and power on. This is the power on button. This is the reset means restart the system when the system was struck at the time of your doing any work here. So, on that situation click on reset button. Next diskette drive, CD-ROM. When you want to insert the CD into CPU, on that situations you have to use CD drive. This is the CD drive. Next coming into the questions. Devices that are used to receive data from central processing unit classified as central processing unit. Central processing it is the output device. So, that is the external memory locations are identified. So, that is central processing unit, this is the output device is the perfect answer. Next coming into the next question. Place where large amount of data stored outside central processing unit is called backing store. Backing store means internal store. Internal store of the data is stored outside of the central processing unit is called a backing store. Next coming into if any instructions consist of arithmetic operations, data into transfer to arithmetic and logical operators. In situations, sometimes you have to see in Excel or any addition, subtraction, multiplication types of arithmetic operations you have to do in the system. On that situations, that all types of calculations are going to perform the actions arithmetic and logical unit. So, that is the helpful to calculation purpose. Next, this is the ALU, arithmetic and logical unit, operands register and result registers. Operands input, that calculation part will be processed in ALU, result registers. Next, main store of central processing unit is also called both temporary memory and immediate access memory. Main storage is nothing but internal and external, that is the temporary memory is also there and immediate access store also is there. Temporary memory is nothing but whenever you save some files in desktop, some systems are whenever you restart the system, on that time that files only deleted. What files deleted? Only store the desktop files only deleted, that is the temporary memory. It is called as a temporary memory. Immediate access store, sometimes in Word or Excel do the any tasks, on that situation in file menu shows the open option. I will explain it practical way. So, that is, for example, open the MS Word in this situation. So, this is the office button right here. These are the temporary files. Temporary files, when you open the MS Word, automatically it shows the previous files. So, these are the temporary memory and actual memory. Next, coming into next question, that is a visual display unit is an example of visual display. Visual display means it is the screen. So, that is the screen means input and output device. So, that is a input output devices, that is a visual display, screens, projectors and desktops. These are the visual displays. Input and output devices such as monitors and keyboards are classified as peripheral devices. Input, output devices and peripheral devices also is there. What is the peripheral devices means? Keyboards and monitors. These are the connecting to the computer. So, that is why we are calling peripheral devices. Next, line printer, a voice synchronized and computer terminal screen are classic examples of output devices. Liner printer, a voice synchronizer and computer terminal screen, examples of output devices. Printer it is also output devices, right? We have to see in the first slide coming. So, that is a output device. All devices that are controlled by the central processing unit, but are not part of the it are called peripheral device. All devices are controlled by the central processing unit, but are not part of it are called peripheral. All devices is not output, all devices are not input. Some devices is peripheral devices also is there, combination of input and output devices, that is the peripheral devices. Next, microprocessors that are used for one particular job are classified as dedicated microprocessors. Dedicated microprocessors, this is the small microprocessors is there. Two types of memories is there, that is the ROM and RAM. RAM means random access memory, ROM means read only memory. Randomly access the memory it is called a RAM. Read only memory, only for the reading purpose only it is used ROM, read only memory. Type of memories, RAM and ROM are part of main memory. Main memory consists of RAM and ROM. Next, small computers that are not microcomputers are classified as mini computer. Small computer are not microcomputers. So, that is the mini computers. From what location are that first computer instruction available on boot up? ROM, BIOS. BIOS means basic input output system. Basically starts with the ROM, read only memory, and it is also basic input output system. It is the first computer instruction available on boot up. Next, missing slot covers on a computer can cause overheat. At the time of overheat, some slots are missing. So, that is the explanation here. Slot covers on a computer, that is the cause of overheat. EDP is referred to data processing through equipment that is the predominantly electronic such as digital computer. Okay, that is the electronic data processing also. EDP is data processing through equipment is predominantly electronic such as digital computer. Next, coming into the following devices allows the user to add external components to a computer system. Devices allow user to add external components to a system is ports or system boards, that is the external components to a computer system. Next, coming into next question, these are all questions are important to your preparation of IBPS examinations or competitive examinations. Which of the following is input or output device? Input or output devices. Input ante means combination of input and output devices. So, monitors, punch cards, optical scanners, all of the above products are output devices and input devices. Floppy disk contain. Floppy disk, what is mean by floppy disk? It is the one of the part of CPU. CPU means central processing unit. CPU consists of one of the part is a floppy disk. In this floppy disk, circular tracks only and sectors only. Circular tracks and sectors, these are the consist of floppy disk. This is used for the stores the memory. Next, a computer can define as an electronic device that can be used to carry out arithmetical operations and carry out logical functions, accept process data using set of stored instructions. Different types of actions will be performed in devices can be performed, that is the different types of arithmetical operations. Arithmetical operations are calculated into ALU process in CPU, one of the part in CPU. Useful, carry out logical function. Logical functions means in arithmetical logical functions nothing but greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, these are the logical functions. Whenever the comparison one variable to another variable or one product to another product, on that situation you have to use the logical functions. So, next, accept process data using a set of stored instructions. Stored instructions means storing the applications, basic applications. So, accept the process, that is the process will be accept. So, for example, I will explain the mail merge process in MS Word. MS Word means Microsoft Word, that is the one of the process. That process, all types of processes accept the only word using set of stored instructions because it is accept. So, these are the all kind of accept information. So, that is the answer is all of above. Next, coming to console is. Console means device that enable human operations to communicate with the computer. Whenever they communicate with computer, the devices are the consoles, like as a mouse, keyboard, like. Next, an optical input device that is used to read documents printed in a special type font is known as document reader. For example, in the typing situations, we have to select the particular word. On that situation, select, I will show it practically. Okay, I am writing here something. For example, Computer is an electronic device. A computer can define as electronic devices can be, that is these are all topics comes under processes used to carry out arithmetical operations. Arithmetical operations is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are the arithmetical operations. Arithmetical operations I will show it how to do in the system. How to do in the system is starts within Excel, and Word also you have to do calculations, but Excel is useful for the calculation purpose. In this Excel, this is the sheet, right. So, I will show it is a briefly, it is useful for your understanding. Okay, starts with is equals, this is I will show it is a arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, how to do in a system. How to do in a system means, for example, here 50 is there and then 100 is there. How to calculate? Starts with a is equals 50 plus 100. This is the calculation for addition. So, it is addition operator. Next subtraction operator. Subtraction means 500, it is consist of one column, 700 consists of second column. So, is equals to 700 minus 500. Here shows the result. These are the arithmetic operations, modulus and subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus and conditions, if conditions, different types of calculations is there. On that situations, we have to call it as a arithmetical operations. Next coming into used by carry out logical functions. Logical functions also you have to see in Excel. For example, it is useful for your understanding. So, that is why I am showing it is there. So, conditions, that is the, for example, in this is equals to if sum if starts with the end, A1 is to C1. This is not working. Why? Because here sum if condition is not working. In calculator, here calculator is there, right. In this calculator also arithmetic operations used, 450 plus and 500 also is there. So, is equals to 800 minus 300 is equals to 500. This is also one type of arithmetic operation. Calculator it will use to showing the arithmetic operators. I will explain here. Carried out logical functions and accept and process data using a set of stored instructions. This is the language oriented set of instructions and set of programs, structures, that is called as a instructions, based on instructions. So, that is C, C++, Java, these types of languages are used for the structures. And coming into next question. So, these are all options are used for the all of these. Answer is all of these. Console is a device that enables human operators. Whenever the human operators means ours, communicate with a computer with the help of using mouse and keyboard and see the monitor desktops, using projectors. These are all the console operators. Console operators communicate with the computers. It is helpful to see and touch and do the works also. That is the correct option for device that enables human operators to communicate with the computer. Next coming into optical input device that is used to read documents printed in a special type font is known as. Special type font is known as means type the any document. I will show it in, for example, MS Word. I will type here something is there, that is the okay, this is the font model. Preparation for a, for example, curriculum vitae or a resume. In resume situations, all times we have to use, these are the font models, particular document, choosing example Arial, and size must and should be 12. Type here, computer is an electronic device. Electronic device. This is the particular documentation. For particular documentation, choose the particular answer and particular option for typing the data. Okay, next coming into the most common method entering text and numerical data into a computer system is through the use of keyboard. Through the use of keyboard. In this keyboard, different types of keyboards is there, that is the 3 different ways. 3 different ways means keys must be extended to one keyboard to another keyboard, that is the 104 to 108 keys, and second one is 104 to 112, and third one is 104 to 123. These are the 3 types of keyboards. Keyboard consists of 5 types, 5 different keys. 5 different keys means that is the functional keys and numericals, alphabets, logical operators and sign keys. Functional keys consist of F1 to F12 in your keyboard. Each and every keyboard has these functional keys. It is used for the some hardware purposes and accounting purpose. We have to use in this manner. Next coming into numericals. Numericals, it is a calculation purpose we have to use, and that situation take the 2 types of numericals is there. In alphabeticals upper place is there, and right side of the keyboard also is there. Right side of the keyboard is consist of same as calculator. So, you have to do the calculation situations, it is useful to the calculator purpose. Next coming into the alphabets. Alphabets consist of, alphabets means 26 A to Z. So, these are the alphabets. Next, logical operators. Logical operators means shift, control, alt. These are the logical operators. Shift, it is used for the sum based on situations which work we have to do, means like as a resume, preparation and table data, different types of situations we have to use the shift, control, alt. These are the logical purpose you have to use. So, that is the logical operators. Next, coming into sign keys. Sign keys means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are the sign keys. So, these are used for the calculation purpose, addition for plus, subtraction for minus, and multiplication for into, and modulus for modulus option. These are the keyboard uses. Next question is coming into the most important powerful computer in a typical network, that is the network server. Network servers are different ways. So, that is the WAN, LAN and MAN. In this typical network is the network server is the very typical. Next, primary purpose of software is to turn data into information. Purpose of software is turn to data into. Software, how to software the preparation based on the information, turn data into the particular application. So, that is called as a primary purpose to software. Next, you can use the tab key. So, what is mean by tab key? That is the one of the part in the keyboard. So, that is the tab key. tab key is used for the move cursor one place to another place, that is the base of, I will explain it a practical way. What is tab key, how to use. This is the MS Word and I will show it practical way. Okay. Okay. Here I am writing one word is there, for example apple. Here space bar is used for the single space only, but when I touch in tab key, it is space for the 5 letters gap. So, that is 5 letters gap. I will type the another word is there. Next again click on tab key, again it will take the 5 letters gap. So, that is the 5 letters gap means here type another word. So, this is the tab key using another present word to another word gapping situations only we have to use tab key. So, that is the explaining. So, here we can use the tab key to move the cursor across the screen, indent a paragraph. Paragraph settings also you have to do the using with the cursors. Move a cursor across the screen. Across the screen means one word to another word between gaps, that is the across the screen. Indent to paragraph. Paragraph settings means paragraph also we are using the paragraph means leave the space from starting, leave the space from starts with the first line. So, that is the paragraph, right. So, whenever you are using space bar again and again it will clicks. Using only tab key, it is used only for only single click on tab key, that is useful to your time consuming. So, here writing something, computer is electronic device, I will copy it and paste it. Again continuation sentence, for example. So, this is the paragraph, continuation statement, right. So, that is why I am pasting again and again. So, this space is called as a paragraph and tab key used for the 5 letters gap. Next, move cursor across the screen, indent to paragraph. A collection of related files is called a record. Collection of related files. Collection of related files means when we are writing the programs or do the work or project work, any type of works, group of works saved in at a time. When I will show to you in MS Word, for example, I will save this document like using with the save as option. Here file name is there, I will write the file name, for example Radhika, click on save option. This file is saved automatically. Whenever it is saved, automatical saves is stored in the disk. I will show it. This is the memory locations. Memory locations is consist of these my computers, different types of disks is there. C, this is the disks in my computers, title bar, in this right side menu bar, sorry menu bar is not, these are the 3 shortcut keys, minimize, maximize and close. This is the displays menu. Next, this is the menu bar, file, edit, view tools, help. These are the templates is there, different types of templates. These are the hard disk drives, C, D and E. This is the drive for CD or DVD inserting. Whenever you are putting the CD or DVD into CPU, it will shows the DVD rewritable. Next, C. C is a consist of only softwares. No need to save the any documents in C drive. Next coming into D drive. D drive also, D and E drives are useful to your saved files only. So, this is the memory locations, and temporary memory locations are, this is favorites template is shows desktop, downloads, recent places. So, desktop is nothing but the desktop screen displays the, I will show it. Next, downloads. Whenever you are the downloads from net, pictures, songs and images, anyone. So, that is the downloads folder, automatically it will stored. Next, recent places or documents. Recent places means whenever they open the documents, file menus and using Word options, Excel options, whatever it may be, these are the recent places. And libraries. Libraries consist of documents, music and pictures. These are the labels for libraries for desktop. Next, documents, music, pictures. Documents is nothing but these are the documents, whatever it is, PPTs also, Word files and Excel files, these are the documents. Music means songs downloading. Next, pictures coming into the only pictures. By default pictures is sample pictures, is there something, these are the default pictures for every system, pictures. Next, videos, any different videos, how to works it in default videos. These are the memory consist of, this is PCs, different items. I will explain it question manner. Next one is coming into collection of related files. In this situation, collection of related files is nothing but collection of files. Collection of files is documents is, so these are Word file is there, PPT file is there and Excel files. Whenever we are saving the Excel file, on that situation Excel file also is there. So, I am saving this file, right click on start and save as button. In the left side shows it is, these are the desktop, downloads, next recent places, libraries, documents. Now, I am selecting the documents, here type the file name, that is for example Harish, I will type, click on save button. Excel file also saved, in a particular it will shows, Excel file also it will shows. Harish, Radhika and Vidya. These are the number of files stored at a particular folder. I will explain again to your questions and hardware and input devices to you. Starts with a hardware. Hardware means it is the physical components of a system. Physical components means physical parts of the computer that can be actually touch and feel. Touch and feel means that is the products is monitor, camera, scanner and computer, mouse, keyboard, microphone. These are the output devices and also hardware devices, mainly it is hardware devices. Next, coming into input and output devices. What are the input devices and output devices? Input devices are nothing but a keyboard, mouse and microphone. Next, coming into scanner, pen light and a mouse. These are the input devices. These input devices are used to feed information or provide the control signals to the computer. Keyboard and mouse are the examples for the input devices. Okay. Next, what is the output devices? Output devices means these are the CRT monitor is also one of the output devices. TFT monitors, it is the latest version, that is you have to use. Next, coming into laser printers. Laser printers consist of scanner, Xerox and printer is there. Next, inkjet printers. Inkjet printers is useful for printing of color printing. It is very flexible to use. And coming into dot matrix printers. Next, speakers. Speakers is divided in two types. that is external and internal speakers. External speakers and internal speakers also we have to use for the computer. Next plotter, next multimedia, projectors. Projector is used for the different ways. Different ways means this is explanation for the classes in large number of students is there, on that situations using projectors. Next questions. These are the useful for your examinations questions based on input and output devices and hardware, and explain about these topics. Mostly used input device is the keyboard. Mostly used means again and again you have to use the particular product. What is the product is? That is the keyboard, mouse, modem, monitor. These are also there, but keyboard is we have to use the mostly used. Mostly used means continuously you have to do, without keyboard you have to do any, we do not do the any work. So, that is the selecting only keyboard. Mouse also is there, but without mouse we have to manage the system, right. So, mouse is not a widely used. Modem is just connecting to the networking connections only, that is one of the input part, but it is not is there, also we have to do the works. Next monitor is the one of the input device, but it input device. So, that is not a input device. Mostly used means keyboard. So, that is why we have to select the keyboard option is there, that is a perfect answer for this question. Next marker on computer screen used to show current position for entering data is called a cursor. Whenever they using cursor, this is the cursor. So, I will explain it is what is the first line, what is the second line is there. It is useful for the clarity for what is the first line, I will show it and explain it. So, that is the user for the cursor position. Entering the data is called a cursor. Next teletypewriter. Terminal is an example of input or output devices. Input, output, combination of input and output, not combination, this is the input or output devices. Teletypewriter. Teletypewriter means whenever telling the something matter is there, this typewriter is typing the automatical. Next device that accept data from outside computer and transfer into CPU are called input device. Accept data from outside. Data outside means outside of the using with the pen drives, hard disks is there. So, that is the outside computer, and transfer into CPU or transfer means copying the data from downloading in net purpose and using pen drives and hard disk also is there. So, these are the outside computers and transferring data, transferring one place to another place. CPU is the input device. So, that CPU or input device. CPU store the information, outside information or internal store the information which can it is used to input device. CPU means input. Next central processing unit, that is the CPU. It is the heart of the computer. Consists of different units levels is there. That is the unit levels is control unit, arithmetic and logical unit and main storage. Control unit consists of control the all systematical operations. All systematic operations is nothing but opening the programs, closing the programs and execution of language oriented programs, C, C++, Java like language oriented programs, normal programs, MS Office, PageMaker, Photoshop, these are the programmers we have to use. In that situation, controlling the all types of programs and internal instructions applications, it is controlled to the control unit. Arithmetic and logical unit consist only, it performs calculations only. Calculations is nothing but arithmetical, logical and conditions, operations, different types of systematic procedures also is there. So, these types of only arithmetic and logical unit can perform the actions arithmetic and logical means. Next coming into main store. Main store means I will show it also already previous slide, right. In this C disk, D and E disks is there. in My Computer Programmer. On that is the main storage, temporary memory and permanent memory is also there. Permanent memory is used for the large type of applications, temporary memory used for the small applications, that is the using for temporary memory. These all types of memory in main storage. Main storage consists of CPU. So, these all tasks are performing the all of the above option in CPU. So, correct answer is here all of the above. Next, this is the CPU. What is the structure of CPU? I will explain it in a brief manner. CD-ROM drive. CD-ROM means compact disk read-only memory. Read-only memory, it is used for the inserting CDs or DVDs is there. So, you have to use CD-ROM drive. Next, diskette drive. Diskette drive, it is used for the connecting pen drives and external uses, diskette drive. Next, reset button. Reset button used for the restart the computer. Whenever the our programming part or any programmer, you have to use the project work, something is there, on that situation, say when the system was struck, it is not performing any actions is there, on that situations we have to click on reset. Reset means restart. It will shows the again program automatically without any defects. Next, power on. Whenever the first time you have to on the system, on that situation you have to click on two switches, that is the one for CPU and one for monitor. Next, coming into the CPU, so click on power on button. This is the power button. Compulsory first time computer on in a day or any starts with before using computer starts with the power button. After you have to click on restart button whenever the system was struck. This is the CPU. In the CPU consists of control unit, arithmetic and logical unit and main storage. Next, devices that are used to revise data from central processing unit are classified as output devices. Receive the data from central processing unit are classified as output devices. Output devices means pen drives, hard disks and memory cards, different types of output devices is there. Next, place where large amount of data are stored outside central processing unit is called a backing storage. Backing storage means automatically it is temporary storage is nothing but a backing storage. If any instructions consist of any arithmetic operations, data is transferred to arithmetic and logical unit. Any arithmetic operations, for example, addition the two values, multiplication the two values, subtraction the two values, any type of arithmetic operations coming into in the CPU, one of the part is the ALU part, it will performs arithmetic and logical unit, it performs the calculations. Automatically whenever the words is there, arithmetic operations are performed into or transfer into, choose the option is arithmetic and logical unit, it is the blind way. This is the ALU. ALU means arithmetic and logical unit. Next, operation registers, result registers. Operational registers means when we are the inputting the values. After that calculation process in this ALU, getting the results, that is the results register. Next, main store of central processing unit is also called temporary memory, immediate access memory. Temporary memory is nothing but the document situations, immediate access memory is the word, just that is temporary, below temporary, immediate access storage means. So, these two are the answers for this question. Main memory is nothing but the disk memory. Disk memory used for the only large type of data and projects and slide situations, we have to use only main memory. So, here this question main storage is central processing unit also called as temporary and immediate memory also consist of main memory. So, next coming into visual display unit is an example of visual display. Visual display means display the projectors, pen light and Desktop also is there, input and output devices. Input output devices is visual display unit is example. Input and output devices such as monitors and keyboards are classified as peripheral devices. Monitors and keyboards. Monitors, nothing but we are seeing this desktops, right. So, that is the monitor. Keyboard is when the input the values using with the keyboard is keyboard. Next, these two are the peripheral devices. Arithmetic units is nothing but perform the arithmetic operations only. Control unit devices, it is perform the only controlling actions, instructions based on processes, this is performs. Peripheral devices are keyboard and monitor is there, I will explain it. Next, main store devices. Main store devices is consist of CPU. Next question is line printer, a voice synchronizer and computer terminal screen are classic examples of output devices. Line printer and voice synchronizer. Line printer is a output device, right. So, voice synchronizer and computer terminal screen are classic examples of, so it is called as a output device. That is why line printer is also a output device. Next, all devices that are controlled by central processing unit but are not a part of it are called peripheral devices. Here controlled by the central processing unit, right. Central processing unit means CPU, central processing unit. CPU is one of the heart of the computer. Heart of the computer is peripheral device, but not arithmetic unit performs and control unit control the performs main storage devices. These are not performing in peripheral devices, is different from these devices. So, select the correct option for peripheral devices. Next question is microprocessors that are used for the one particular job are classified as dedicated microprocessors. Dedicated microprocessors is nothing but it is the dedicated to the predefined processors. Two types of memories is there in the memory situation, RAM and ROM are the part. RAM means random access memory and random access memory. So, that why we are calling the random access memory. Next, ROM, read only memory. Read only memory is a part of the main memory. These two are called a part of the main memory. In main memory consist of RAM and ROM, read only memories and random access memory. Small computers are not microcomputers, are classified as mini computers. Mini computers is nothing but laptops, mini laptops, okay. Mini computers also we have to see in this market. These are the mini computers. From what location are that first computer instructions available on boot up? ROM BIOS. ROM BIOS means read only memory at this time of first situation computer instructions. So, read only memory, BIOS means basic input output system. In this is the first generation is the basic level. So, that is not only external storages. External storages means pen drives, hard disks is there, right. So, that is the external stores. On that situation do not have any external storages. This is only consist of basic input output system, read only and basic input output. CPU, boot.nin, next config system, none of the above. These are not correct answers. Correct answer is ROM BIOS. Many computer already I will explain. Next, missing slot covers and a computer can cause overheat. Some types of missing slot is there. Missing slot means sometimes programs will be jumped and sometimes on that situation virus is there, on situations also missing slots is there. So, that is the cause for overheat of a system. EDP is referred to both A and B, electronic data processing and data processing through equipment that is predominantly electronic such as digital computers, electronic data processing, EDP is referred. Next, the following devices allows the users to add external components to a computer system. Following devices are storage devices, keyboards, port or system boards, diskettes. So, these are the devices, right. Add external components to a computer system. External components means ports and system boards are the external components of a system. Which of the following is input or output device? Input or output device? Input device and output devices are they will ask. So, what is the input devices and what is the output devices? Monitor, punched cards, optical scanners. These are the input and output devices. So, all of the above is the answer here. Next, coming into floppy disk contains. Floppy disk contains means this is the one of the part in a CPU. One of the part in CPU, circuits tracks only. So, it is not correct. Next, sectors only, not correct answer. Both circuit tracks and sectors. This is the perfect answer, combination of circuit tracks and sectors. This is the floppy disk contains. So, correct answer is here, both circuit tracks and sectors. Computer can be defined as an electronic device that can be used to carry out arithmetic operations, used to carry out logical operations, next accept processes data using a set of stored instructions, different types of arithmetical operators and functionals, and accept the process data using set of stored instructions like programs, different types of programs. Programs means like as a for example, I will explain it. Set of instructions, set of programs is called as a one software, one application, that is the instructions. Next, use it to carry out logical functions. Logical functions means some functions, there is a logic is there. So, on that logic is explained, carried out by a CPU. Electronic device can be used. So, all performing actions is correct. So, that is the answer will be all of this. Console is a device that enables human operators to communicate with the computer. Device that enables humans means ours, communicate with the computers, that is the console. Device that enables human operators not to communicate with the computer, that is the not right answer. Communicate between computers only. So, this is also not one. So, only human operators to communicate with the computers is the right answer. So, that is the console. Optical input device that is used to read documents printed in a special type fonts is there. So, that is the special fonts is Arial, Times New Roman, Tahoma, different types of font names is there. So, on that fonts we have to select the particular font name, that is document reader. Documentation is not right, printer, that is not right, only document reader is right answer for this question. Most common method of entering text and numerical data into a computer system is through the use of keyboard. Using keyboard, through the numericals, alphabets and different types of operators we have to use the help of keyboard. So, scanner is not working for the keyboard. Next, printer and plotter. Keyboard is a correct answer for this question. Most important or powerful computer in a typical network is network server. This is the typical network. Primary purpose of software is to turn data into information. Software, so preparation of software after turning the data into the information. You can use the tab key, move the cursor across the screen, indent a paragraph. One place to another place, it is word to word gap between 5 letters only. Again you have to use tab button, it is takes only 10 letters. Indent a paragraph also you have to check in. So, that is the answer is only A and B. So, A, B answers are correct. Next, collection of related files is a record. these are the useful questions to your preparation of competitive exams, and input and output devices also I will explain here in briefly way. Hardware parts also I will explain. Thank you.